Hey everyone. So I just wanted to go through an example Gold Ship Ace run for Libra Cup, not necessarily as like a tutorial or a walkthrough. If you're looking for something more akin to that, there are other YouTubers that are way more experienced and knowledgeable about Unity Cup that you can get that sort of information from. This video is mainly just to show like my own personal thought processes, whether they're correct or incorrect, and just if you're curious to know like what the experience is like for someone with my amount of resources to try and build an UMA for CMs, it's just something interesting for you to watch, I suppose. But I also wanted to show you that I decided to. I believe this is the outfit that people are talking about, the anniversary outfit. I decided to give it to Gold Chip because somebody pointed out to me that her school uniform isn't the same as everybody else's school uniform anyway. So I might as well just have her, you know, decked out, I guess. But anyway, uh, and my gold ships for the Libra Cup aren't going to be very strong in general, just because long CMs tend to really stretch out your stats, particularly if you. Okay, that is not what I was looking for. What am I looking for? Okay, that would have been a disaster. So it's got 3 straightaway spur, 3 long, tail held high, 3-star stamina, uh, straightaway spur, another 3, lens pump some iron, and another 2 stars along. So it's 8-star stamina with a decent amount of long sparks and straightaway spurt sparks. It's the best Ryan I could manage to find on Umamusume DB. Maybe there's like a better one available now, but I've already committed to making this video, so I'm just gonna go with this one. And this is the one of my own sparks that I've been using. Uh, what is this? It's a 5-star power, 3-star stamina. It looks like, but it's got a straightaway spurt, URA finale, 2-star long, 2-star turf, uh, more straightaway spurt, right-handed. Uh, I mean, I'm probably not gonna have the skill points to buy that or that, but it has them just in case, I suppose. And because I'm not using speed sparks, and partially because Gold Ship doesn't have a speed growth in the first place, you kind of have to have this sort of build. Oh, not that. And this was a failure anyway, by the way. This was a disaster. If I was trying to make a nice nature ace, then yeah, it ended up being a really strong nice nature, but it wasn't so much of a debuffer. So yeah, didn't I was thinking because when I do runs with other characters that aren't debuffers, when I do spirit trainings, all of the skill hints I get are for debuffer skills. So I was thinking, oh well, I could just run these cards, and then I'll get a bunch of debuffer skills as a result of doing spirit trainings. Yeah, it didn't happen. So I guess I only get debuffer skills when I don't want them, and when I do want them, I never get them. But that's it's kind of nitpicking. Like eventually I'll have cards like Common Symboli Rudolph that have a ton of debuffer skills. Like once I pull on Kitasan, I'm sure to get at least one copy of that. So I don't mean to nitpick too hard on that. Like eventually that issue will solve itself. But this is the deck that I've been using for my Gold Ship Ace runs. Partially because I want to get my speed up as soon as possible in order to be able to actually win the mandatory races, because I don't have any speed sparks, but also because I want to try and hit the speed cap if I can, which usually isn't possible. But and these are the best speed cards that I happen to own. At some point, I was using vodka instead of Rico because I was thinking that because I can't get my wit stat very high, it might be better to have 3 gold stamina skills just in case like one of them doesn't trigger, my gold ship doesn't just automatically die. But I decided to just go with Rico to try and get my stats to be a little bit higher in regards to stamina and guts specifically, and maybe get a little bit more speed as a result of her making the energy use more efficient. Because I don't really, I didn't do the math on this or anything, but it just doesn't feel very good to buy 3 gold recovery skills, especially when you need stuff like no stopping me. And so it makes the skill selection look really strange if you buy 3 gold. I understand, like, there's not a, it's not necessarily a horrible decision to do that if you don't have a lot of wit, but I decided to just gamble on having uh if one of my stamina skills doesn't trigger, my gold ship's probably going to die, but I'm willing to accept that. So I'm just gonna like take the good with the bad, and see what I can get out of this. So let's just go ahead and get started. And I think the Umamusume reference document says that you should train. Typically, if you have a good training, you should train on turn 1 and then do recreation on turn 2. And what I tend to do, see, like I'm doing this for sure, because what I was going to say is if there's a training that has these 2 on it on turn 1, then I usually take it just to give them a little bit of help in regards to their initial friendship gauge. But this is basically like a no-brainer. Like, I can look at everything else just to see, but there's not going to be I haven't gotten my spirit training partners yet, so there's not going to be anything else on anything else. But it's like, it's just good practice to look at all of them before you commit to training, just in case there's something that catches your eye. But in this case, this is a pretty obvious decision. And that's a pretty good skill hint. Then I usually see, like, here, it's because I have Kita-san, and because you have like other random mood up events that can happen, it's not necessarily the worst idea in the world to take this just to get your friendship gauges up. So what I think I'm going to do, it might not be optimal, but I want to try just taking this just to get these 2 in particular to have their friendship trainings unlocked a little bit sooner. And so it's not the end of the world if this is the worst, if this isn't a good decision. It's just I want to see what comes of that. If it's a bad decision, then I just won't ever do it again. And here, I don't really want to take guts. I probably want to take wit here, just because it's Super Creek, to get my stamina in a reasonable shape, because this puts it in dangerous territory. But then also, Super Creek's friendship gauge is going to go up a little bit, so I'm taking that. More members. This one's energy, so I think I'm just going to take this. Yeah, I'm taking that. I know what a lot of the events options are. It's just I like to be sure and know exactly what I'm getting into. See, the thing is, it's like I want to improve my speed, but that Taiki shuttle doesn't, like, these are 2 speed cards that I would be getting their friendship gauge up. And so I think, and power training uses a little bit more energy than speed training does, although I need to get my speed to at least like 150, 160 to have like a reasonable shot at winning the debut race. Because anything less than that is like I've lost. Like I mean, you're liable to lose debut races even if you get like 200 speed or something like that. It's to some degree it's random, but getting your speed higher decreases the likelihood that you'll lose. So I need to keep that in mind. With my 7 remaining turns, I need to get my speed up somehow. The dance lesson, I think this is like power and guts. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to take guts, because I kind of want to try and get my stamina and guts as high as possible since it's a long CM. And I think this is a good opportunity to go ahead and take speed. Has 2 spirit trainings anyway and 3 support cards on it. Just have to keep in mind that my stamina is in dangerous territory. My energy is in dangerous territory now. Now this is tough, because this is 20 power and this is 10 speed, but this takes 10 energy. I think technically what you should do is always take this, just because 20 stats is better than 10. But I'm not sure if 10 energy for 10 stats, especially with the way that my energy is looking right now. And also, if I take the speed, then I don't necessarily have to force speed later on a future turn in order to meet the speed threshold for the debut race. So I think I'm actually going to take speed, even though I want to say it's more optimal to take more stats instead of less, even if it costs you energy to do so. But I'm just gonna go with this. It might not be the right decision, but and here, that's a Super Creek hint, and 2 spirit trainings with two support cards on it. So, and it's the lowest likelihood of failure. If I fail it, I fail it, and I would normally rest here, but I think I'm gonna rest next turn and go ahead and take this. Because it's early enough in the run that I don't think I'm gonna get something insane next turn, even if I don't choose to rest here. It's not like I have any friendship gauges up that high, so it's not like I'll have like 3 friendship trainings on speed or something and I'll kick myself for this. But what really worries me is the 8% failure rate. But let's see. Oh, okay, it lagged for a second there, so that actually scared me. Firm conditions, there we go. And that's another reason why I wanted to take in. Here we go. Finally get some mood up. And now, yeah, see? It worked out in the end. I gambled on it. Like, this could have been, like, the most insane speed training ever, with, like, 5 spirit trainings and, like, 3 cards on it or something. But, never punished. And better than, Lone Wolf. Better than, getting sleep deprived. So, nothing to complain about there. I kind of want to take Guts here just because Rico's on it. Rico's on it, Asian Flash is on it. And it gets my speed up a little bit while not costing any more energy than power training does. I think I want to go with this. And it's mostly like a gut feel. Like, I'm not putting an insane amount of effort into calculating this, but it's just my instincts tell me to click that. Oh, and I should have clicked that anyway, because I completely forgot to take that into account. I didn't realize that was my first training with Rico. Since my first training with Rico, she improves your mood, so that was actually a right decision anyway. So, yeah. I mean, I might seem like I whine all the time, but I am able to recognize when the game throws me a bone every once in a while. And I'm not always like whining and complaining, like, despite the fact that I might make a couple videos here and there doing so. This is weird, because on the one hand I kind of want to do wit here, but on the other hand I kind of feel like this is a good opportunity to just rest. I think I'm just gonna rest. Yeah, never punished. The wit, 10%, not 10%, 10 plus 10 wit. And I think because it's 2 turns left, and this puts me over 150, and there's nothing else to take anyway, and I can't race, so it's a no-brainer to take this. My hands are tied there. And for this, I think this is definitely a wit training, because it's got Super Creek there, it's got Asian Flash there, 2 spirit trainings as opposed to 1 on everything else. I think this is a pretty clear-cut case. A little bit more speed. Still not guaranteed to win the debut race necessarily. Oh, and a little bit more energy here, so that's good. Not buying any skills. I don't typically buy skills for Unity Cup runs until either, depending on how I'm feeling, the race against Team Zenith or the last round of the URA finale is usually when I buy skills. just because I don't want to get stuck on it. Let's see here. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to win. I never take that for granted, by the way. Like, because I've lost debut races enough times that I never take it for granted that I'm just gonna automatically win it. So thank you. Count your blessings. A little bit more stamina. Huh. Now this is one of those situations where do I take the single solitary spirit training with a little bit of wit, or do I take the speed with no spirit trainings, but it increases the friendship gauges? And these are the sorts of scenarios where I'm honestly not sure which one is better. And it's why I said earlier that, like, if you're looking for a Unity Cup guide per se, I'm not the one for that. Because in situations like this, I genuinely don't know what the right decision is. I'm going to just go ahead and click speed here. It doesn't feel great, but it's at least a little bit of friendship gauge. So it's not, I don't think it's the worst decision in the world, but it probably wasn't the best decision either. I kind of want to take the friendship training here, but because my reasoning is that it's more important for me to raise my speed than my power, because raising my speed is going to raise my power anyway, and I kind of want to get as close to the speed cap as I could possibly get. I mean, this gets friendship. It's friendship to 2 speed cards, and it's 2 spirit trainings as opposed to 1. While this would be raising the friendship training on the friendship gauge on a stamina card instead. But I also do value like raising Super Creek's friendship gauge so I can get my stamina friendship trainings. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the speed here. It's probably not the best idea. I probably should have taken the friendship trainings with the speed cards. And not the spirit trainings with the 2 speed cards. And here, this is 2 speed trainings. It's getting, I want stamina anyway, but at the same time, I kind of want to have at least like 300 wit by the end of the run. Or 400 wit, somewhere around there. Just because any more than that, and I start to lose out on speed and stamina. This is reaching dangerous territory, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take the stamina here. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the wit here. This is 10% failure isn't that bad, and I'm not even sure. I think she has failure protection, and I'm not sure that number takes into account the failure protection, so it might be even lower than that. But these 2 aren't cards, and these 2 are cards, and it gets me a little bit out of the danger zone. Still in the danger zone, but it's not quite as bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise their and here is this is a rest turn for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and rest. All refreshed, nothing to complain about there. 30 skill points. I kinda wanna take the wit here. I mean, that would fill up Kita-san's spirit gauge, but I don't really want to do power training. Not that power training is necessarily bad, it's just that with my resources, I kind of have to go all in on speed and stamina and take whatever I can get in terms of power. So I think this is wit training just to get their friendship gauges up a little bit while conserving my energy. And this looks like it's a speed training just to get this might be right-handed, and it just gets their gauges up. Medium straightaways. If this turns into a spark farming run, then that's not bad. Guts or stamina, just take the stamina. I always get this one mixed up with the other one where it's like the top option is like 10 guts and 10 stamina, and the bottom option is like +1 mood and 15 guts or something. Because I think they're both in the movie theater. Well, one, I think they're in a movie theater, and the other, they're in like the hallway or like the lounge or whatever. This is a strange one. I honestly, I think I have to take the stamina here just because it's more energy efficient and it gets more friendship gauges up, and there's not really anything else that I want to do. Like, I don't necessarily want to take a race here. This one, I always just choose the bottom option. If I get slacker, I get slacker, but never punished. But yeah, it's a non-standard race for this CM, so it's not it's I'd say it's worth it. It's worth it to gamble on it, and I believe the higher your stamina, the higher your chances of succeeding on that roll. So I figure that my stamina, and don't take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but that's how I operate. Is that the higher your stamina, the higher your odds of winning that particular gamble. Here, I think I'm just gonna take the wit for the two, get my energy up, and 2 spirit trainings. Looks like a pretty clear-cut case of taking speed here. 20 energy, 20 speed. Sorry, I got it mixed up. I don't like using spirit bursts on wit, so I think I'm just gonna rest here. Never punished. This run is looking pretty good just because I haven't gotten sleep deprived yet. Give me the stamina. And the hopeless stakes. Come on, Gold Ship, you can do it. And I don't, no! Okay, I don't bother to change her from end closer to front runner, just because I understand, like, there's probably, the real kicker there is the little bit less skill points is what kind of irks me about that. But I don't like switching Gold Ship to front runner just because she can't trigger her ult. Like, I understand if she's in the back and there's a million people in front of her, she has a tougher time getting through the crowd. But I'd rather just gamble on her being able to activate the one skill that she has rather than not. And for whatever reason, I feel like Gold Ship, there's like some sort of internal calculation where she has a mind of her own, and so she doesn't get gate kept more often, but she late starts more often than other Umas do. So I don't like running her as a front runner, because like you switch her to front runner, click simulate, yay, 15th place, and that's exactly the look on her face when she shows up, and it says 15th place, and she's like, "Trainer, are you proud of me?" And it's like, "No, I'm not," but yeah, I still love you anyway. But Team Tenacity. Yeah. I know that this is... Yeah, I know, I'm a coward. I mean, the funny thing is, I could probably still lose this one anyway, so I probably should have just picked the top one and just, like, it is what it is. Because if I lose this one, then it's like, okay, I won it anyway. But it's like, that would be the worst case scenario, is if I chickened out and picked that one, and I still lost, then it would be like, okay, well, I'd rather have picked the top option and at least had a chance of winning that one. But yeah, like, it's gonna... And here is weird, because I don't usually have full energy when this event comes up. So I guess I have to take the skill points. Actually, 10 stamina. 10 stamina is not bad either. I think I actually take the stamina here. Although, I did get 4th in the hopeful stake, so I probably should have taken the skill points to make up for that to some degree. I don't like taking wit when I have full energy. It's probably not the biggest deal in the world, but I just don't like to do it. This is an interesting case, because training speed, because Rico is on it, actually uses up the same amount of energy. And I need to get a race in at some point to clear that up. But, I think I take the stamina here just because it might put Super Creek into friendship territory. Yeah. So I think that's better. But I need to, if I get a bad training here, I need to start looking at races. That's not a particularly bad training, and it's probably better to just like cut my losses and take this. But like I said, I really don't like using Spirit Burst on. It has two other Spirit trainings that are going to fill up, and it gets my energy up. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. I think I'm actually just going to take this. I don't like doing it, but I don't think that's the worst decision in the world. Just because I get the full value of the wit recovery. But yeah, I need... Oh. Well, I'm sorry, Gold Ship. I'm sorry you had a rough day, but we got races to win. Yeah, I don't think I'm taking another one, though. I think here I can spare a race. Just because this training isn't that bad, but I could probably get a better one. And so I think her mile rating is a B. So I'm hoping she wins this. Oh no, that is not good. Yeah. This run is looking kind of rough. If I don't win, I usually just take the top option. Top option, because bottom option is Hanshin Racecourse. Good thing these trainings also are kind of mid, so I can take this. At least this one's finally a medium. And so I probably have at least a decent chance of winning this one, yeah. So wasn't the worst case scenario, but not ideal. And I always gamble on the 5 energy for whenever I win a race. I have not unlocked dates with Rico yet. Honestly, this is either a I think this is a rest, to be honest. Because I mean, I could take a recreation, but what I fear is that it's going to be karaoke. In these sorts of situations, it's usually karaoke, and so I get my mood up, but I don't get any energy back. So I think I'm actually just going to rest here. I know it looks weird, but and I'm just going to take this simply. It's a guts training, but guts training isn't that bad considering it's a long CM, and it's three spirit trainings. Yeah, there's not really anything better to pick from. And here's a race. Inspiration. Hopefully I get long and or straightaway spurt. Here's to hoping. Straightaway spurt. I think... Oh, and corner adept. And I think that's a max hint level for straightaway spurt. Let me see. Yep. So I'm grateful for that. And even if I don't get long, it's not the end of the world if I get everything else I need. Because trying to get everything to line up in one run is it's pretty greedy. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But like, I'm not holding out hope that it's going to happen. Ooh. Okay, I'm doing particularly worse on these G1 races than I normally do. So I'm going to have a little bit lower stats and a little bit less skill points at the end of the run. But hopefully I can at least win the races that I need to win. I think I have to take this. I don't think I can even like consider anything else at the moment. Also, probably because I had significantly less than 300 speed is probably why I lost the Satsuki show anyway. I think I have to take this. Like, my energy is not looking good, but I don't think I can afford to pass on this. And one thing that I should have been doing that I completely forgot to do is that usually I have my agenda open just so I can see like what races are coming up. So I should probably switch to doing that. Here we go. I don't like gambling on the top option because this run is pretty good, and so I'll just take the mood up. I don't usually have the skill points to buy It's On anyway. But she doesn't really give you enough energy to put you in, to get you out of danger here, so I'm gonna gamble on getting well rested. All refreshed is pretty good too. Summer's coming up, so I don't want to do anything too crazy. Here is tough because if I were to take this, then this is potentially 2 more. if I take this and then I rest next turn, that's 2 more potential friendship trainings during summer. So I think I'm actually going to do that. So I'm going to take that and then rest and then hopefully be prepared for summer. Ooh, see, the Asian Flash is a really cool card just for that. Ah, I hate you. Okay, I don't hate you. I love you guys. I'm sorry. It's just that man, you know what? I kind of want to just gamble on this and then hope that like there is no good training on the first turn of summer. And this is going to get Narita Bryan to unlock her friendship training too. So I think I'm actually going to, and if it's like an insane training on the first turn of summer, then I can take that and then hope that the next training isn't as good. It doesn't feel good to do this when it's about to be summer, but I'm gonna gamble on it just because it's not the worst, and also gives me a slightly. Although I took the mid option for the first race, so this should be a gimp. Oh. And I don't usually. And if you're wondering why I haven't been switching my team up, is because all the times where it's like I look at them and it's like, oh well, this Uma has slightly better stats than this one, and so I switch them out. It always backfires. And I always feel like I would have been better off just leaving it as is. Like if I looked at, like, it's not really a good example because I'm pretty sure in this case it actually does have all the best ones as the aces. But like what I used to do is I used to look through them one by one and change them depending on what I saw, and it almost never resulted in anything good. But I don't think I can. The weird thing is I don't think I can. Like this is a straight up coin flip on whether or not I win this, and that's assuming that this is even accurate at all. Because honestly, I take some of these and then I win all 5 of them, and then I take this and then I lose like 3 out of the 5, and so it's like what is going? I don't even know how accurate the estimates are or what goes into the estimates. I think it's better to just win the race than it is to lose the race, even if you take the mid option again. So I'm taking the mid option again. Yeah, it's probably way less than optimal to do that because I think it ties into your team ranking. I believe it's your stats and your team ranking that ties into the levels of your facilities. I want to say that's the case. But like I said, I'm not the most knowledgeable person about Unity Cup. I'm gonna go ahead and rest here because I think I can do better than that. Huh. I don't. I think the thing is my speed is particularly low right now, and I have some other spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and take this because my speed is looking pretty low, and I want it to be at least decent for the Kiko show. Probably should have taken the other one. Here I'm just gonna take speed again, and probably rest on the last turn. Overall, my speed is particularly low. Like, my stamina is, like, okay. But my speed is not in a very good spot right now. Here, I'm going to take Guts. This is a pretty good training, but it's 39%, and I don't feel like risking that. So I think I'm just going to rest here for the last turn. Overall, not a very good summer. But, it was mainly my fault for not planning ahead. And here, I think this can give you 5 or 10 speed, and then straightaway acceleration, or corner acceleration, I forget which one it is. And then this gives you energy and mood. Oh, it's straightaway adept. So I'm just going to take the energy. Because the 10 speed would be nice, but I rarely ever get it. Yeah, I think those training facilities would have been higher level had I I think this is a case where because this is about how much energy Rico's going to give you. That smug smile on her face. Well, at least she left speed training open. So not the worst thing in the world there, Gold Ship. So thank you for cooperating. And here she claps like a seal. Love it. I don't think taking wit here is that bad. Like I said, I don't really like where my speed is sitting at right now. But I don't think taking the wit here is that bad. It gets another friendship gauge, spirit gauge up. And long straightaways is also not a bad skill. The weird thing, and this is probably going to expose myself for not being very knowledgeable, but the weird thing is that when you have a really long CM, I'm not even sure how useful corner and straightaway skills are in general, because they're likely going to trigger like way before the final leg of the race ever happens. And so while they're probably nice to have if you can afford them, I don't think they're quite as useful as on something like a medium track, where you know that it has like a 50-50 chance of triggering on a good corner or a good straightaway. I think this is pretty clear cut. And so yeah, like long straightaways, it's a good skill, but I don't think it's quite as good. I want the max energy. I got offered that a little late to take the max energy. I'll take the speed here, because I have stamina and power as inheritance, and so I should... Oh, no. Stomach ache. That sucks. Just for both the mood and a tiny bit of energy, it's only going to be like right there. Yeah. But hopefully a little bit of stamina helps her have a better shot in the Ari McKinnon. She's looking pretty confident there, so I'm hopeful. Yeah. I'm just going to simulate this. There you go. Love her dumb little victory pose. It's like little things like that, where it's like when you're doing a bunch of runs with them, it's like you kind of have to like love the little things that they do, like the little yapping that they do, the victory poses, stuff like that. Like, or if you're like a King Halo fan, you might like the Ojo Sama pose she has. It's like it's little things like that that make it easier to get through the careers. This one finally seems like I have a decent chance of winning it, so I kind of... Honestly, I probably should have taken the top options for the previous ones, even though the estimates weren't that good. I should have probably just gambled on it anyway, because I think the risk is worth the reward, but I'm not really sure. Here, I typically take the energy if I have enough energy missing that it'll give me maximum efficiency, and then I take a training here no matter what, just because I have to take the stamina training here, just in case that if it ends up being get the energy back. If it ends up being a spark farming run, then standard distance is pretty good. I think I have to take the speed here. Because the inspiration's coming up. I was actually kind of worried that I wasn't going to have enough fans to... I believe it's fans that determines whether or not you level up your unique skill. Here, it's stamina for sure. Another 20 speed. Naruto Brian card is really like a boon for players without a lot of resources. Uh, puts me in dangerous territory. But how many... I don't think I have that many spirit bursts waiting to be popped anyway. So worst case scenario, it's like a ton of rainbow friendship trainings on speed next turn, and I can't do it. And that did not end up being the case. Never punished. And never punished again. Okay, well, that's my karma for... that's my karma for being too confident. Probably should have kept my mouth shut. I'm actually going to take another Rico here and pick the top option. It's nice to have Rico for that, just in case Gold Ship acts up. Then you can just... Here I'm hoping for right-handed or long. Didn't end up getting it, but it's not the end of the world. And if the stats end up particularly bad, then this can just be a spark farming run. I think I take the speed here. It's Rico on it anyway, so it's slightly less energy used. Take the energy. 10 stamina. Nakayama Festa. You know, originally I was planning on being a Nakayama Festa main just because I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just like was the ultimate late surger gambler? But it's okay. Like you performed to expectation, Gold Ship. You were second favorite. TM Opera O, there's no shame losing to her. She's a beast. I was originally planning on being a Nakayama Festa main just because I thought it would be funny to just have the ultimate gambler. I think that means speed is available, so yeah. And okay, I love you, Gold Ship. I actually love you, Gold Ship. Like, you are amazing. Like, holy crap. You gave me my energy back, and then you... See, this is why you treat your Umas well, because they reward you. And then I get the energy back again. See? My cards don't suck. Don't ever tell me my cards suck. My cards are great. You don't know what you're talking about, man. My cards are excellent. Okay, I need to calm down because I'm gonna get hit with some karmic justice if I don't. And it's really hard. It's really hard to like maintain your discipline. Like lately, I've been just like clicking on stuff where it's like, okay, this looks good, and not really giving like a concrete reasoning for why I'm clicking on it. Here, I think what I actually have to do is I have to do this. Just because this doesn't give you that much energy, but it gives you other stats in addition. Like, gives you speed, stamina, power. And summer's coming up. And and Takarazuka Kinen is a mandatory race for Gold Ship in her final year. So, you kind of have to be prepared for summer. And good job, Gold Ship. I think... my mind went blank because I saw Tosin Jordan there. And, yeah, she... Yeah, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I mean, I don't really hate her, but, like, I'm trying to, like, live vicariously through Gold Ship. Like, Gold Ship's enemies are my enemies, okay? So I saw Tosin Jordan there, and my mind went completely blank, and I don't remember what I was going to say anymore. Hopefully we win this. According to Serudu, the one team that you should be looking out for in round 4 is I believe they're called the Turf Queens. If you see the Turf Queens as the top option, pick the second option, because they're probably going to wipe the floor with you. Here, the stamina training is looking really good, but I kinda... Man, it's tough. This is one of the tougher ones, because 1, this uses less energy. And 2, stamina is technically... Well, this one uses a Spirit Burst, and it also increases one of the... I think because it uses less energy and it's summer, I have to pick this one. just because it gives me a better chance of being able to train as much as possible. Here I can actually probably take wit, and what that allows me to do is it allows me to use the other 2 turns of summer for training, no matter what they are. And so here I'm gonna take this. Like, it allows me to conserve my energy so I can train for the final 2 turns. And this. So my stats are honestly looking pretty low. And that's partially because I didn't... Masterful Gambit is normally good, but I don't usually have the skill points to be able to afford it for long CMs. Hopefully I get the +3 here for curvature, and I did. So that's awesome. A little extra speed and power too. Get my facilities up. I have to rest here. Never punished. So, funny thing is, my run has actually been, like, as far as luck, it's actually been pretty good, but my stats don't look that great. And so, it's probably a case of I need to optimize my decisions more. Here, I'm just gonna take the wit, because we're coming to the home... Oh. I think that's speed again. Yeah. We're coming on the home stretch, and you usually want to be able to at least, like, train on these and then rest here, so that when the URA finale happens, you can train for every single turn rather than resting. And this is why I love Gold Ship. She treats me well. Unfortunately, I think I failed her. And there's another decent... 2 more decent skill hints in case this becomes a spark farming run. One thing to keep in mind is that, at the very least, you get like the +12s during the URA finale, and then you get the extra bit of stamina and guts from Rico's final event. And so, I'm staying hopeful that, like, the stats aren't going to look quite as bad as I'm projecting them to be. Good job, Gold Ship. You earned that victory pose. Get to chill with Nakayama Festa. Although Nakayama Festa looks way happier to be there than you do. A little bit of guts. And this is another Rico. And hopefully I've treated her well enough that I get... Nope. Usually you get like a little bit more stats. I don't think it's a 50-50 per se, but you have a chance of getting better stats. I think here, I mean, this looks kind of crazy, but I don't think I'm necessarily going to be able to get these gauges up and burst them, even if I take this. I might be able to get Hishiaki Bono, her gauge up, but I do want to, because I also have full energy anyway, so it just doesn't feel very good to take that. I think I'm going to take the stamina training here. And Fickle Maiden, let's see what I get. Looks like stamina. Yep. Love you, Gold Ship. Get to do a spirit burst on stamina. Dude, Gold Ship, I mean, I understand. Like, maybe if you don't treat Gold Ship as well as I do, she probably screws you over on, look at her. Look how triumphant she is. But she probably tends to screw you over if you're just like using her, like, oh, I need an Uma for a long CM. Get over here, Gold Ship. She knows that you're just using her, so she's gonna screw you over on her Fickle Maiden event. But we're pals. Me and her are tight. So yeah, she never does that to me. So it's a skill issue, is what it boils down to. Okay, I need to stop because this is Ari McKeenan. So if I get too ahead of myself, okay. No, see? We're pals. She knows to lock in. So here's the Team Zenith. 10 stamina. And by the way, let me see. Like, oh! I forgot that you don't... Oh, wait, you do have a back button. Okay. I thought it was... I forgot that like the preview screen isn't exactly the same for Team Zenith as it is for the other, so I thought I was going to be able to like look at the well, I actually still can, but I wanted to just look over this stuff and see whether or not I project that I'm going to get any significant discounts on the more important stuff during the URA finale. And I probably won't. So more than likely what I want to do here is buy the skills that I plan on using. So non-standard distance, firm conditions. Probably want to buy Swinging Maestro. I could get corner recovery discounted, but I think you have to beat Team Zenith in order to get no stopping me. So I don't want to risk losing to them. And take that with a grain of salt. I'm not even sure if that's necessarily accurate, but I'm pretty sure you have to win against them in order to get no stopping me. I think otherwise you just get Nimble Navigator. So this looks pretty good. So I'm taking that, and here we go. I think Gold Ship automatically gets put into long. Let's see. No, she's in medium, and medium was not double circle. So, oh, because it's her. This chick and this chick. Holy crap. I do not know what Cygames was smoking when they designed these two. Because I lose to these two in the URA. If you win this, they show up in the URA finale as well. And I always get stuck on them, and it's like it always comes down to the last alarm clock of whether or not I beat them. But let's see how we do here. Thank you. Thank you. I do not take stuff like that for granted. I did not need to win that. So thank you. I get the stats, and I assume I get no stopping me later. I think even if you lose the URA finale, you get no stopping me, in fact. So that's really cool. Now here I wouldn't mind taking a Spirit Burst on Wit, just because of the Wit recovery. And the other trainings aren't that good anyway. But although my stats are really not looking that great, to be completely honest with you. But I kind of have to take this. At least I'm going to get the plus 12s here. And then at the end of the run, you get like the few extra stats. I shouldn't have any problem because I already bought skills. So now I'm just basically hoping that I win the finale, because I shouldn't have a problem with anything else, and I have to take 2 actual trainings here. Taking this doesn't matter because you're not going to be able to Spirit Burst them anyway, so I think I have to take the speed here, which is weird. I don't like having more speed than stamina when I'm trying to make this for a long CM. But hopefully I can get a good stamina training here for this last training. But yeah, this is honestly looking like a pretty mid gold ship, which means that I actually need to and I'm just gonna take this just because I think I unlocked some other. The thing is though, is that between no stopping me and did I get like extra tank or something? I got straightaway recovery. Standing by, I didn't get any discounts on it, so that's unfortunate. Determined to pass another passing pro. See, like passing pro, 777s. I have some options in terms of, but the thing is that I'll probably have to, because my stamina is not looking that great, and so I'm probably going to have to either get Nimble Navigator instead of no stopping me, and get like straightaway recovery, and passing pro in order to shore up my stamina total to be something a little bit more reasonable, or I just buy no stopping me and just gamble on having enough stamina to at least be able to start my last spurt at a reasonable timing. But And you know what really sucks is I don't like spending the last few skill points I have here because I wanted to account for like no stopping me. But this is the greatest race of them all. I'm gonna it's probably not a good decision, but I'm just gonna try my luck. Third favorite, and I'm like permanently the third favorite. Gold Ship, you are a beast. You beat her by a neck. Wait, it's little Cockon instead of little Cocoon. Okay, maybe that means something. Maybe that's like cocoon in French or something, because her name is Bitter Glass instead of Bitter Glass. So maybe that's like it's probably cocoon in in a different language. But I always just assumed it was spelled cocoon, but it's Cockon, little Cockon. Nice name, buddy. Okay, so sorry if that offends you, if that's like your native language, but it's just I never noticed that before, so I just thought it was interesting. Yeah, give me your skill points, buddy, before I stuff you in the locker. Get some no stopping me. Get some stats here from her too. So hopefully this shores up my guts and stamina at least a little bit. So it's probably It's probably like 990 speed, 900 stamina. Yeah. So this is probably about as best as I can hope for without just like optimizing my run more and getting like maybe because this run seemed pretty lucky. Like I don't know. Like I don't think I got any sleep deprives. Fickle Maiden triggered at like perfect timings and gave me the perfect trainings. So I don't think it's a luck issue. I think it's a skill issue. I think if I want higher stats with the cards I'm using, then I need to just make better decisions. But I already bought it, but I need firm conditions because this power stat is not looking very healthy. 459. So, and I don't think I can buy Pure Heart because I think this is a pace chaser skill. So let's see. If I get no stopping me, if I get this, then I can do this and this. And that would make it so that my stamina is I believe common stamina skills account for about 70 stamina if they trigger. And so that would put me at about a little less than 1500 total stamina and guts combined. But no stopping me is really, and the reason I took standing by instead of passing pro is that I'm not quite sure. The thing about these what are these called, tooltips? These tooltips are not accurate. So for all I know, I've never looked at passing pro before. So for all I know, she has to do a handstand and while balancing on the inner rail, and then she has to like start breakdancing in order for this to be able to trigger. So I'd rather just take something I'm more familiar with than take that, even though it's less skill points, because I don't think even if I were to let's just hit reset here. Even if I were to do this, like let's say I do this, like we can see like okay, like I want to be able to get Nimble Navigator. Does this allow me to get anything else? I mean, it allows me to get standard distance, which technically, if I want to like use this as both a CM ace as well as like a potential potential parent, then I could just take that and then. But the thing is, it's kind of embarrassing when it's like when people look at my Uma and it's like, why do you have non-standard distance and standard distance, like you noob? So it's like I don't want to buy it just because of that, even though it technically might be optimal to do it. I still don't want to do it. So, I mean, it's silly, but it's like I don't want people to judge me when they look at my gold ship. Let's see. I mean, you got Umastan, but and 777s too. triple sevens is actually I actually don't know at what point is there 700. I think you might be, huh. Let's see what this does. Like, just theoretically. Cuz the thing is, straightaway recovery can technically trigger on the very first straightaway of the race. And so I think this is actually just better overall. Like, I'm going to just gamble on because I know, like, I have straightaway recovery at like a really good skill point cost, but I think triple sevens is just better because I think straightaway recovery can both trigger at the very, if the race starts on a straightaway, then it can trigger on the very beginning of the first straightaway, and it can trigger at like the very end of the race if the race ends on a straightaway. I think if you're unlucky enough, I think that's possible. So I think what I want to do is take trip, and I don't want to like tab out in order to like look at their keywords and stuff to see what exactly they do. So I think what I'm going to just go ahead and do is triple sevens, passing pro, and nimble navigator. I think that's the most efficient use of my skill points while taking into account the limitations of things like straightaway recovery. Can I? No. I was gonna say like if I do this, but that's 15 skill points off. Womp womp. So I think I have to do this just so, and it sucks not buying Umastan, and it sucks not buying No Stopping Me, but I think if I want my Uma to have a decent chance of not dying, I think I have to do this. I don't think I have a choice. Which it's not the end of the world anyway. Like it could be better. Like I wish I could get No Stopping Me, but if I do that, then what is this? I get this, and then I mean, I guess I could do that. This is probably better, to be honest, because I'm kind of worried that that passing pro I'm worried that passing pro is one of those skills where it looks like it's like, oh yeah, just be determined to pass another runner. But it's like, you have to be determined to pass another runner when you're in 7th place and you're 1 inch away from the inner rail and somebody else passes you, and then you pass that same person who passed you back. And that's what it means to be determined to pass another runner, is because they passed you before, and so because it pissed you off that they passed you, now you're really determined to pass them. So I think I have to do this. And it's technically 70 less stamina, but chances are this was never going to trigger anyway. So I think I'd rather have a little bit less stamina, and I think I'd rather have triple sevens than straightaway recovery, because I think this just at least having like a guaranteed activation with 7. Well, I don't think it's guaranteed. I think it's still a wit check. So I'm actually not sure about that. But the point is that I'd rather have my common stamina skill trigger at 777 meters remaining in the race than possibly trigger at the very beginning of the race, like straightaway recovery. So I think I have to do this. So it's No Stopping Me and triple sevens, final answer. Or is it? Because I don't have any I think it has to be this. I think it has to, because I was thinking I might take Umastan instead, but like for some reason I see like Umastan, like because of, I think everybody's gonna be running Gold Ship. This is gonna trigger at the very beginning of the race anyway. But then again, it's been a while since I've looked at Umastan's actual description, so maybe it's a little more specific than that, to where it's like it's not that big of a deal where it's like, oh, like it only triggers like after like the midway point of the race, so you don't have to worry about like if everybody's running Gold Ship, it's not just going to trigger at the very beginning of the race because you're all around each other. But 777s or Umamusume, it's actually a really tough decision because my stamina is it's well below the recommended threshold. So I really think, and also there's non-standard distance too, but that's an extra 20 stamina for 99 skill points, which isn't worth it. I think I have to. This probably isn't the best decision, but this will be a learning experience. At the worst case scenario, this is a learning experience. But I'm going to take 777s here. Final answer. No stopping me. 777s. And there we go. I don't think it's the end of the world if it doesn't end up being the most optimal of optimal decisions. But yeah, that's. Boo. Boo. But yeah, go ahead and apply the Libra symbol. I said it before in the last video, but well, it's not the Libra symbol, it's the not the team trials, it's the CM symbol, because that's the first runner, that's the second runner, that's the third runner. And so it's just an easy way for me to visualize like, oh yeah, this is the CM symbol. And let's take one last look at it just to get like a first impression. No long S. Not the end of the world, but I would have liked to have it. Sorry. I would have liked her stats to be a little higher, but my luck seemed pretty good for this run, like pretty good to amazing for this run. So I'm guessing like this is probably just about as with I could probably squeeze a few more stat points out if I made more optimal decisions, but I think I'm reaching the point where I'm like I'm bottlenecked by my cards. With these being my cards, but this is at least like I might win like one or two races here. Like I'm not completely delusional. Like I understand that like this isn't ideal for this upcoming CM. Like this relatively late in the game, and I don't mean late in the game's life cycle. Like we're 2 months away from catching up to JP, but I just mean like people have had plenty of time to like shore up their accounts, and so they can probably get something way better than this. And yeah, I think I've said all I've had to say. So thank you for watching, and I hope that like I said, this wasn't meant to necessarily be a like an instructional video where like I'm telling you like what to do exactly what I did. But I just figured it might be fun to show you like what it's like to try to do an ace run for a long CM with the cards that I have. Because I just figured people might just be a little curious about what the experience is like. And contrary to popular belief, something that people seem to think because I made a couple rant videos is that like I'm miserable playing this game, or that like, oh, I can't stand it, I want everything handed to me, because I say the new player experience is kind of bad and the new player experience is vital to the continued success of a gacha game. And people hear me say that and they take that as me being like, oh, boo-hoo, I can't compete in CMs and I want the entire world handed to me. I never said that. And I'm not even advocating on behalf of myself anyway. I'm advocating on behalf of new players. I don't even necessarily want any of the things. I don't want to benefit from the things I'm suggesting. It's just I understand how crappy the new player experience can be. And I understand that the vast majority of like common players, and I don't mean to sound like an elitist douche, but like most people, they're just gonna, okay, like sounds cool, but I'm just gonna go play Fortnite. I'm just going to go play League of Legends. I'm just going to go play Counter-Strike. I'm just going to go play Minecraft. I'm just going to go play Roblox. I'm just going to go play, what is that? What is the new game that came out? Arc Raiders. Like, the average player is not going to choose to play this game over other games that they could play if there's, like, all these barriers in their way that's preventing them from having an enjoyable experience with it. Like, that's my ultimate point. It's not about me wanting more for myself. I wouldn't even mind, necessarily, if, other players were handed the things that I had to quote-unquote work for for free. Like, just at the start of, like, I showed you before, like, I have 9-star, reset filter, boom, 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 3-star only. I have 9 3-star blue sparks. I wouldn't even mind at all if starting today, every new player was given 9 3-star blue sparks to start their account. I'm not this selfish piece of crap where it's like I want all this stuff for myself and oh, I had to work for it and so nobody else should ever get it for free because they should have to suffer through what I suffer through. That's never been my mindset at all. I don't have that mindset towards games, and I honestly wouldn't even say that. People have been saying like, oh, I can't believe that you did this with your Umamusume account. I can't believe that you played for so long without any cards. This is light work. Like, relative to the other things that I've done, like as far as like the totality of games I played, this is nothing. And like I said, I don't mean to sound like an elitist douche, but like if you think I'm like sitting here like crawling on my hands and knees, like, oh, I need a handout, brother. I could do this 100 more times and it wouldn't faze me. So like for all the people that think that like I'm just whining and complaining because I can't handle it, like this is nothing. Like this game, it requires a little bit of brain power, but at the very least, it doesn't require mechanical skill. And it doesn't require, like, StarCraft, Warcraft, League of Legends, like all these other games, they require infinitely more effort and skill to learn how to play them and to actually, like, be mechanically good at them than this game does. So, if you think that, I would describe this game as being, like, tedious, not difficult. I wouldn't say anything that I've done in this game is difficult. And as far as like exerting effort, I wouldn't necessarily say that when I'm playing this game, I'm exerting any level of effort either. So it's like this weird gotcha mentality where it's like, oh, I put in all this effort to get these 9 3-star blue sparks. And so I don't want anybody else, I don't want new players to have to get what I had to work for. This wasn't work, okay? This wasn't a 9 to 5. Like, was it boring and tedious? Yes. But that doesn't mean that I want the experience for other people to be boring and tedious. Where it's like, oh, I had to go through this and so you do too. Like, like that's such a selfish mindset to have. And it's not the mindset that I have. I spent like all this time saving up for Kita-san, for example, right? It's like, and if I pull for Kita-san and I miss on her, you know what the crazy thing is? Even if I missed on her and the day after her banner released, they implemented my my suggestion where like new players get to pull on her for a week when they start their account, I wouldn't be mad. Like I'm not that selfish of a guy where it's like, oh, because I missed, I hope everybody else misses. Or because I had to save for 3 months, I hope everybody else has to save for 3 months because it's only fair. It's like I don't even if it ensures the continued survival of the game, I'm okay with the game being a little unfair to me in that regard. I'm okay with new players being given handouts. And if you're worried, like, oh, if you give new players handouts, then they're going to be on the same level as me. And it's like, if you're worried that a new player being given a handout puts them on the same level as you automatically, that's quite literally a skill issue. Like, I don't like saying that cringe crap because people tend to misuse that term and like use it to rage bait people. But it's like, if you think a noob being handed Kita-san is going to somehow like have them automatically start beating you with no other investment into the game whatsoever, you're either very bad at the game or you're either just very selfish or you're so insecure in your own abilities that you really think a noob on the basis of being given the opportunity to get a halfway decent card is just going to automatically be on your same level. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's quite literally a skill issue. But anyway, enough ranting. It's like that wasn't meant to be like the point of this video, but it somehow devolved into that because it was on my mind, and so I figured I might as well just add that at the very end. But I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, and peace.